Hello, namaste, welcome fam. This is Shrestha S. Bhardwaj. Welcome to another new episode of the Epifantastic podcast. I bring up another session of productivity and hope you like it. So let's get started. So this topic is on the category of de-addiction. Basically, how do you get away from the streak of addiction? It may be anything, but this session, specifically this episode, is going to be on social media detox. Yes, social media, it came up to us as one kind of boon, in a lot many other ways as a bean. So yeah, boon in sense you can build up connections, a small part of entertainment and stuff. And even for marketing, it becomes good. Like, that's not in a personal level, right? That is for the companies, it's good. And basically, if you have to talk about in a personal level, it's mainly for connection, time pass, and stuff. Sometimes it can, be a hope for the lonely, or some kind of talent show. You can show off we have seen many TikTokers, Instagrammers becoming famous because of that. So there are a lot of plus points, brownie points for social media too. But we see a lot many other times, I would say 80% of the times it's a bane, in the sense it takes away a lot of time if you are addicted to it. And I don't think this addiction is restricted to any kind of mindset. It is very uh, without any restrictions. It has no barriers who it can addict. Of course, high mental stability, a person with high mental stability and commitment, of course, cannot get yield into it. But there are no bars hold it when it comes to toppers also can get addicted. I can tell you my story. Even I'm a good student. I was a good student in school, college, and stuff. That was, we were lucky in the stage that social media came up to us very late. Like in engineering, when I joined engineering, that is when I got my phone and got introduced into these stuffs, Instagram and all that too, after second semester, I would say. And yeah, until then we were kind of music was the only entertainment for us. So yeah, that's the only thing I remember I would do in my mom's phone, play music. And music is no way addiction. Come on, you can't call it an addiction at all. Music is a blessing. So yeah, that period also, I was like lucky enough to notice that I could get out of this, because I could spot that I had gotten addicted into it. So that was good. Like, you have to know it first that you are addicted to something. That is when you can think of de-addicting, right? I could see, meanwhile, Instagram was the only thing. Facebook was never an addiction. The interface was like that, or I don't know. Facebook was never an addiction. No one could call it an addiction. Obviously, even WhatsApp cannot be an addiction unless you have friends that can, take your time. I was not having many friends, and that was never a big case for me, at least. It is different for different people. For me, it was Instagram. So then I noticed checking out a lot of reels and stuff. The reels are programmed in such a way that it keeps you on the app forever almost. So they do it for their own profit, but we shouldn't get yielded into their profit. We shouldn't, right? So that's when I would, like, what I would do was, whenever the exam would come, maybe a month before for exam, and for like 2 to 3 weeks before the test. Yes, I'm a very studious student, so I had to prepare from the beginning itself, like way before the test started. Yeah, I don't have that last benchers instinct. Like, they could study just before the exam and pull it off. I was scared for that, so I would do this. So I would, uninstall the app, and yeah, I wouldn't use it at all. That kind of strong mindset, if you have, then it's not a problem at all. Then what I did was I understood that even if the test and exam is not there, it's not okay to waste time on those apps. So what I did was I uninstalled the app forever. I just kept the login thing. It's not advisable. Like, I wouldn't say that you have to, delete the account itself. If you don't like, you can delete it. But just for the sense of, getting the addiction, I don't prefer that, because you should have it all yet have control. So there is no point in, everyone's having Instagram, so you also gotta have it. So yeah, that's the stuff. So I wouldn't delete the account, because I had some beautiful stories. I didn't want that to get deleted. So that was one of the reasons for that. And yeah, whenever I wanted, I would just Google login in it and do that. That is only after I complete an exam. That, like, it's just a reward kind of stuff. I wouldn't waste more time on it. So that happened, and then came Snapchat. So Snapchat, it is, the snap sending part was not an addiction for me. Like, I would just do it just as, maintaining streak ritual. And I was the most favorite feature of that app for me is the photos. The pictures are very, very beautiful. I get beautiful pictures out of Snapchat. So whenever I go to an event or something, I need good photos, I would just install Snapchat again and do that. But otherwise, I felt even that was waste of time for me. The discover part, or what is it, discovery or discover, whatever. That again, it was same like the Instagram reel for me. I would binge on it, on and on, without sense of time. So yeah, okay, time for you to leave. Goodbye, tata, khatam, chalo. That's what I would do with that also. Yeah, that happened, and then this YouTube shorts began. Oh my god. By the time I, could get rid of all these apps, they are bringing it on and on in different versions. YouTube shorts became an addiction for me. YouTube, though, you can't even uninstall. Come on. It was such a bugger for me. It bugged me a lot. I found it the hardest to, de-addict myself, because for some purpose I would open YouTube and start binge on those shorts. Start binging on those shorts, and it's not cool, okay? I'm a very guilt-driven person, so for me to do that, it was not okay at all. So then I kind of adopted the online YouTube and stuff. Then I saw even there the shorts started coming. Oh my god, what has happened? Then some exam came, and I just forgot about that. Even now, I kind of little way I have that addiction, but yeah, controllable. I can control that. So this episode is gonna be on how you can de-addict yourself from social media apps. I'm just talking about that. We'll get to other addictions in other episodes. This is mainly on social media detox. So I don't think other than this there's any other app you can get addicted. TikTok is not there. Yeah, PUBG was there. Even PUBG is banned. So yeah, no problem at all. There can be games. You can include the games too. Anything that's on phone. For that you can apply these techniques. So let's get started. Right. So how do you detox social media from social media? First, step 1, identify the addiction, spot the addiction. You have to figure it out, first of all, for which app you're addicted, for which game you're addicted. Spot that first. Many will be knowing it, but we are quite ignorant to give it a damn. So yeah, spot that. For me, it was Instagram once, Snapchat another time, YouTube Shorts another time. Like that, spot yours first, right? Then Second step is like mostly it's on phone than on laptop and stuff. Mostly it's on phone. If you can first uninstall it. At least when your exams are near, just uninstall the apps. It's not a big issue. You can install it after your exams and stuff. If it's not possible for you to do it, then you could just keep your phones away. Of course, you'd be requiring internet for your studies. Mostly it's based on internet nowadays. You can't do it without it. First of all, shut down all the notifications from the apps. That way at least you are kind of focused. So then you can put the apps in the last screen. You scroll the home page. In that last part you can put that, so that it will take you a bit to get there. And then you can do that. Or another thing you can do it, you keep your phone somewhere else. You take your parents' phone. Of course your parents' phone wouldn't be having those apps, right? You just need that for Google, so you can take it from them and Google it, YouTube it, whatever that's required for your studies. You can use it like that way. So that is second thing, is physically keep it away from yourself. So that is the second thing. Third, I'm putting it third, but it should be at the first actually. But I'm taking it to the third because after doing these steps, you should, be in that stage. That is commitment. Promise yourself, I will not watch it. Let anything happen. Let the world fall apart. Let the sky fall on earth. I will not use it. Commit yourself. Commitment is everything. Not just for success. At least for passing exam also you need commitment, right? Success to dur ki baat hai. Like it's a far-fetched thing. When if commitment 3 also you don't know, you can't even think of success. So yeah, commitment is very important. So when you have done these steps, you of course have come into the stage of commitment. Promise yourself, no, till this date I will not watch this, I will not use this app. Then I will use it fully and enjoy. Train your brain. That is very important. So commitment, like there's a quote I remember having seen somewhere: a committed person is far more powerful than 1,000 people interested in doing something. So yeah, skills don't matter, talent doesn't matter. Only thing is commitment. So yeah, be committed. That is the third point, I would say. Then fourth point is use different distraction. So suppose you have studied for this for 1 whole hour, you need some kind of rest. Use different addiction or different distraction. I had used it once. I'm sad actually why I didn't use that concept again. For this, like I think I was in 6th sem or 7th. No, I guess, yeah, 6th or 7th sem. I used the book, like different book as a distraction. Like I had downloaded a story book. I think it was it's called the Girl Who Drank the Moon. I've just left the book wherever it was. I haven't studied it fully. So whenever I would get bored of reading my syllabus, the college thing, I would get distracted by studying that, like different. So what will happen is that you will, even that is a distraction. I wouldn't say it is not, but it is at least a safer distraction, I would say, because you will first of all cultivate the habit of reading the books. That's the biggest thing you would ever need in life. So that way productively getting distracted. So that one is there. Then your focus of studying won't get off. So that way that is there, and any kind of social media harms won't cause you. So let us suppose you take social media instead of this. You see some friends or you see someone else, their lifestyle, you get distracted again. There can be many things. Their relationship status, the financial status, or they're having fun at the exam time. Why am I here? Like there are many things you can get into complexes. So yeah, you can avoid that majorly, and that is very much required to study with focus. So using a different distraction, for me, I've just figured out it's books. Other than, you can also take a small nap or listen to any music, or just go on a walk and stuff. But this thing for me turned out to be, I feel this is the most productive distraction: studying books, other books. It's better if you can do that, or you could even hear podcasts like the Epifantastic podcast, the greatest podcast you'll ever get, right? Yeah. So that is another type of another step you can take in your detox process, de-addiction process from social media. Podcasts are very, very good. You can't put that in social media, right? It's not even a social media thing or a distraction thing. If you have podcasts, that means you are a very intellectual person. But depends on the type of content you're consuming. Actually, mostly it's very intellectual or very wise content will be there on Instagram. My podcast is an example. If you're listening to that, you must be very studious, intelligent person. Yeah. Coming to the last step is rewarding yourself. After your exam is done, you can take that day off and binge whatever you want. So yeah, binging, that got me reminded of, you can even take off Netflix, Amazon Prime, anything. I can get all the movies on YouTube itself. But even I've thought of times I want Prime and stuff. But that's mostly on TV, so you need to get to the television of your room, so that's okay. But don't keep those apps on phone. Please don't keep that. So yeah, that is best, I guess. It's better to watch movies on TV, not phone. Yeah. At least you can save yourself from distraction. So yeah, that day you have completed the exam, or after that you can take the calm thing and reward yourself, go shopping, go eat whatever you want, healthy. Yeah, I always eat for healthy stuff. So yeah, you take a vacation, reward yourself, so that period of detox, de-addiction, the hard work, it should all be worth it. You should feel worth it. Of course the results will give you glory. With that, you also celebrate, gift yourself self-love. That is very important, right? So you can do that too, and chill, be happy. The period after that hard work, when you're waiting for the results, or after the results also, that is worth living for, according to me. Social media and addiction of that, it's not even a momentary pleasure. You Once you have scrolled up the reel, you don't even enjoy that again. You can't even remember the enjoyment you had watching that reel. So reels are the biggest bane for social media, because not, of course, not for the talented people, to for them it is good, right? But for us just viewers, it's a waste of time for us, unless it's nothing productive. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm gonna post the podcast reels. Those reels are very beneficial. Like, those type of reels are beneficial. But if it's just for entertainment, it's of no use, right? Yeah. So these are the things I wanted to tell you. These 5 steps, if you follow, I think you can detox from social media or games. I think anything in general, but let me just make it specific for social media, so that I can bring up other topics for you in the next session. So these are the 5 steps. I would just like to remind you again. First step is spot the distraction, and second is keep it away, physically away, use other alternatives instead. Then the third step is commit, promise yourself and commit to what you want to do, and not use that doesn't serve you. And fourth part is using different distraction, that is a more productive one. Then fifth is reward yourself. So I hope this episode brought in a light of insights into your life, and a lot of gyan, knowledge into your brain and life. So I hope you loved the episode. Share it with all your friends and family, anyone you feel want this, who are in the need of this and can benefit from this, anyone who's addicted to social media, I'm sure this is gonna help them at least up to 90%. Of course, commitment from your side is very, very necessary. Until you do it on your own, any of the podcasts, any of the YouTube videos, any motivation videos are of no use. I've known it too. So yeah. So as I always end on a note, keep learning, keep earning, keep returning. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Krishna. Bye bye guys. Have fun and chill. Good night.